DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well, and it is Tuesday. So exceptionally this Tuesday I'll be doing the two tags that I usually do, and as usual I'll be starting with Jasmine's tag. Hi there, Jasmine. No problem, Tuesday's just as good as Monday for doing a Jasmine tag. Okay, so hope you're well, and let's get into it. Question one: something you did with a friend that nearly turned out bad. That's a difficult one. I'm trying to think. I am trying to think about something. Yeah, I was with people once, because I haven't thought about these at all now. If I remember right, yes, we were doing, I was with somebody and I was doing a geocache, and we had a ladder. And I had put the ladder on a post and climbed up the post. And for whatever reason, the person walked away, and I was quite high up, and the ladder fell. And I was starting to fall with the ladder, and managed somehow to grab onto the post and came down, not very elegantly, but managed to get to the ground with not really hurting myself, maybe a bit of hurt feelings, and but it didn't turn out bad. And I'm thinking of another time, again a ladder situation, where the ladder started to slip, and the person that I was with at that time was able to get it back into place quickly, but it was a very heavy ladder. It would have been very difficult on the person on its own. And that would have been probably a pretty dramatic situation. Yeah, okay. Not the best examples, albeit I have done the same thing that you did with a hornet's nest, but I wasn't with somebody else, so I couldn't use it as the same example. But yeah, I've done that as well. Yes. Question 2. The worst job you ever had? That's, again, not actually an easy one, because I haven't actually had bad jobs. My first job was in a hardware store, and it only lasted a few weeks, but that wasn't it was because basically the guy was going bankrupt and couldn't pay. He'd started laying off employees and so on, so that doesn't count. Probably the worst job I've ever had was working, and it wasn't the job, but it was a situation where I was cleaning. Basically, at those days, nobody took any look into. I was a teenager, and nobody looked into health and security situations. So I was cleaning machines in a textile plant, and cleaning off the grease and stuff like that. And we had absolutely no masks, no gloves, no nothing, and we were using solvents and who knows what. And basically we're getting it all over ourselves. I'd be cleaning out the boilers and, like completely within them, and you'd have to be pulled in and out of the boiler, which was stopped, of course. But when I think about things like that, situations where there was absolutely no health and security whatsoever, and I think about it, it was a summer job, and I'm glad it was only a summer job, because finally, when you think about it, you wonder what your health would be like if it had been a longer period. Let's see. That'll make a difference. There were some external noises. Okay. Question 3. Are you allergic to anything? Not really. I say not really because when it's like the hay season time and the pollens and stuff like that, I will get like, the sniffles and runny eyes, but not enough to make me sick. I am sensitive. I think they call that sensitivity instead of allergies. But I am quite sensitive, strangely enough, to when I peel potatoes. Yeah, I don't know if it's something that's on the spuds or what on the peelings, but if I peel potatoes and then touch my eyes will swell up. Yeah. So, but I would say that's a sensitivity. That's not an actual allergy. So no, I'm not really allergic to things, except for maybe slightly to pollen and stuff like that. Okay, question 4. Do you people watch? I guess I would say I do. I traveled like for years and years and years in the train and public transport, and what do? You sleep, you read, and you watch people. And one thing especially is if you're traveling frequently in the same train, you end up seeing the same people a lot, and so you get to know their habits, you get to know what they're going to do, and so on. So yeah, I kind of like people watching. Probably don't as much now, being retired. I don't get to see maybe that many people as I used to. But yeah, that's the answer to that is, I do. Yeah, I'm not the type of person though that will get in the window, of the house and check what's going on the street or something like that. I mean, I know actually a few people who can tell you just about everything that's going on at the neighbor's place. That is not the type of people watching that I do. Okay, question 5. An embarrassing moment you had. Oh, I think it's a rather classical one. Having been told by a colleague after having given a speech and having a big discussion with the boss, and basically all day, I could say, saying, you might not realize it, but your fly is down. And I was going to say, when I looked down, I thought like, well, I had dark underwear, so I suppose that's why maybe nobody even noticed, because I never saw any strange looks until the colleague actually told me, and I wasn't going to go back. Now, having said that, I did go back at one point because there were some official pictures, and I hurriedly checked if in the official pictures, if my fly was open, in all its glory, but actually you couldn't see. So good enough. But at the time, I was kind of embarrassed, yeah. But that's okay. I mean, it happens. And I was going to say, I wonder to who it does not happen. Any other embarrassing moments? Oh, I'm certain there were, but you know, they're not coming to me right now. And that's it. Yeah. So thank you, Jasmine. Hope you have a good week. LBDC signing off. Take care, everybody, and on to the next time. Bye-bye.